Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Shankar sir and Dr. Binay sir from Saldia College for the information of this ICH sponsored 2-day seminar. And first of all, I want to give thanks to our chairperson sir. This is a new topic and it's a new field. So it's like one type of introductory research work which is going under Dr. Binay sir and some scholars like us. So the history of the Hindu rulers of Medinipur, located in southeastern Bengal, represents a complex interaction between frontier politics, cultural patronage, and local social structures. The earliest reference to the region can be traced in the Dandobhukti Mandala mentioned in copper plate inscriptions of the early medieval Bengal. The Shashanko copper plate and the later Sena charters refers to the land made to Brahmanas in the region, highlighting the consolidations of Hindu kingship through agrarian expansion. Archaeological findings from Daton and Mughal further confirm the continuity of settlement and religious activity, where temple remains and sculptural fragments attest to the patronage of Hindu rulers before Islamic conquest. The Bhanju rulers of neighboring Odisha and the Sarkut Jamindar of Medinipur are repeatedly noted in inscriptions and folk ballads as influential lineages who balanced their authority between tribal groups and expanding agrarian communities. The region's locations along the Bengal-Orissa frontier exposed it to the influence of the Eastern Bongo dynasty, whose epigraphic records from the Narajol and Patra indicate temples, endowments, and cultural exchanges. Temples at Patra, Gorgeta, and Daton, built between the 10th and 13th centuries, offers crucial architectural evidence of local rulers' devotion to Shiva, Vaishnava, and Shakta tradition. Literary sources such as the Rajmala and later Bhakar tradition, though composed outside Medinipur, preserve memory of local chiefs who resisted external domination. Oral narratives collected in colonial epigraphics such as W. Hunter's Statistical Account of Bengal 1876 also retain records of these Hindu ruling houses. Taken together, inscriptions, archaeological remains, and vernacular traditions reveal that the Hindu ruler of Medinipur were not merely location chieftains but a chief agent of political legitimacy, agrarian intrigations, and religious patronage in early medieval Eastern India. So, literature review, the historiography of the Hindu rulers of Medinipur has evolved around three distinct strands of inquiry: inscriptional evidences, archaeological findings, and regional narratives preserved through colonial and local accounts. Early documentation in Epigraphica Indica introduced scholars to the Dandobhukti Mandala copper plates and land grant charters, where rulers consolidated authority by bestowing tax-free land to Brahmanas. These records are invaluable for reconstructing agrarian expansion and the legitimization of Hindu kingship. Yet many remain scattered and insufficiently edited, limiting systematic comparisons. Archaeological surveys have depicted this picture. Excavation at Mughal revealed a large monastic complex and associated ceilings, reshaping understanding of religious patronage in the region. Similarly, the temples of Pathara, Daton, and Gorgeta preserve archaeological testimonies to the role of Hindu rulers in shaping local cultural landscape. However, most surveys remains descriptive, focusing on style and iconography rather than integrating temporal chronology with inscriptional data, thus leaving gaps in exploring how rulers strategically used architecture to negotiate political legitimacy. Colonial ethnographies, particularly Hunter's statistical account of Bengal 1876, offered important observation on zamindari lineages such as the Sadgop and Karnaga Raj. While these accounts capture oral tradition and genealogical memories, they risk projecting later socio-political structure backward without corroboration from earlier sources. Recent scholarship has begun to correct this imbalance, emphasizing the synthesis of material and textual records, but integration remains partial. Methodology. The study adoption a multidisciplinary methodology that integrates epigraphic, archaeological, architectural, and archival sources to reconstruct the political and cultural history of Hindu rulers of Medinipur. Primary data including inscriptions published in Epigraphia Indica and copperplate charter preserved in local collection, which are critically re-examined in identity pattern of land grants, religious patronage and political legitimacy. Archaeological report of Mogulmari and Patra are analyzed to assess settlement continuity, material culture and shift in patronage from Buddhist to Hindu institutions. Archaeological surveys of temples at Daton, Gorbeta and Patra provide stylistics and iconographic evidence of elite sponsorship, which are contextualized through comparative regional studies. Now, epigraphic and literary texts of Hindu rulers. Epigraphic evidences offers the earliest glimpses of Hindu political authority in Medinipur. The Dandamukti Mandala, a territorial unit mentioned in several copperplate charters, appears to have encompassed parts of present-day Medinipur. Inscriptions of the early medieval period, including land grants attributed to the Shashanko and Sena rulers, highlighted the transfer of land to brahmanas and religious institutions. These grants reveal both the spread of agrarian frontiers and the ideological framework of kingship that linked political authority to thermic patronage. Nihalanjan Ray drew attention to the role of these land grants in integrating peripheral regions like Medinipur into the larger political orbit of Bengal. Okay. Just in conclusions, I can say despite the richness of the sources and literary persist, okay, the inscriptional records is fragmentary. Often known only through early inscription, archaeological surveys are uneven and many sites remains under excavated. Colonial narratives through valuable project 19th century categories backward into earlier centuries. Oral tradition, while illuminating, require careful contextualization. As a result, the history of Hindu ruler in Medinipur remains less integrated and more fragmented than that of core Bengal dynasties. Recent scholarship has emphasized the need of interdisciplinary approaches to overcome this limitation. Digital re-editations of inscriptions, systematic archaeological excavation, GIS mapping of settlement and temple sites, and critical integration of oral and archival records are beginning to reshape understanding of Medinipur's past. Scholars such as Rajosanals have demonstrate how Mogulmari's discoveries challenges earlier assumptions about the region's marginality, showing it to have been a vibrant religious and cultural hub. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So if you have any Dr. Sheikh Riazul with this paper,